What's good, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Struggle. Nadeska, Akademiks, and Wayno here. How you guys doing?
What's good with y'all, man?
The Met
What up, B?
All right, this guy. We're gonna talk about the Styles P album, and Nak is like really on one today with his gift shop hoodie.
Nah, I'm just saying. Right now, I'm repping New York. New York, B. What's up?
Come on, chill. Don't
You're embarrassing Wayno.
Yeah, you had to overdo
All
it.
right, man. All right, let me get back in the Jersey, bro.
All right, so we're gonna get to the Styles P project in a minute, but first, like real quick, the Met Gala was last night. Obviously, this is like a big annual event here in New York City. A lot of celebrities come out from all fields of entertainment, including people like Cardi, Kanye, Kim Ye, etc. And the theme at last night's event was camp. We could look up the definition for that one together because the outfits were very different. All right, so I think we're gonna start with. All right, we're running through them. So.
That's Kylie?
Yeah, Travis and Kylie, 21 with the Dapper Dan fit. That went really fast. So Cardi's gown apparently took something like over 2,000 hours to make. It was there it is. It was very elaborate. Interesting,
Cardi
right?
look like a queen.
Yep.
She does look like a queen. All right, so I got a question, right?
How does that fit in with the theme of camping?
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
No. It's not
The
camping.
only nigga who looked like he came to the camp was Kanye.
It's not.
Nigga look like
it's not actual like.
it was a
camping
park ranger.
force.
I want to know. I don't know what happens at this shit. Like you always see people walking in, but what actually happens?
You like
inside?
show up and like you have like a fabulous dinner and get drunk with your celebrity friends and take photos and such.
So it's just like
a giant prom. Like you put on your best looks and you know.
So, yeah, listen, I had to research because I've been getting my invites to all the Illuminati shit. This is the only one I
No one's, I don't know if
For
I was
real?
going to
pay
say
to go
you.
to this. It costs a lot of money to go to
Apparently,
this.
it's like a fundraising event. I don't know what they're fundraising for, but apparently, like, everybody goes there, like, they do some weird stuff, and then, like, there's money that's given for, like, some good stuff.
Some good stuff.
I'm serious. Like,
yeah.
The full details about
You're
what
right.
happens is not known, but apparently people do get drunk and all that type of stuff. They were saying a lot of people get like turned it down this year.
Who turns it down? I thought this is one of those events that everyone wants to go to.
But for the why would they want to go? For the look though.
For the look, the
Yeah,
red
for the look.
carpet
Yeah, for the look.
is the
Absolutely
look.
for the look.
Like, and I could imagine, like, I understand why the Cardis of the world want to be there, because, like, you're the biggest in your field, and you're probably going to get the most press, but for the rest of y'all, like, nobody cares about y'all.
Well, I'm happy. My man 21 went to fuck with some Harlem shit. Went to go see my man Dapper Dan and got laced. But you know who I'm disappointed I didn't see here?
Who?
Gunna. I'm dead serious because Gunna got a song where he says, "Watch how I drip when I hit that Met Gala,"
Interesting.
and he still hasn't been there yet.
Wow,
so I
yeah.
was really looking forward to see what Gunna was gonna rock.
Maybe you didn't get an invite. Maybe
You gotta. Well, do you have to get invited or do you pay? Because
I think you
gotta
have to
pull
get.
up.
I think you have to
They
get
gotta pull up
invited
just
as
like
well.
this.
Come on, you
Check out the
I
drip.
think it's the Anna Wintour invite. Has that changed, right? Like she usually, it's up to her. I don't think if she like, you know.
Gotta get
doesn't
Gunna at
fuck
the
with
Met
you, I don't
Gala.
think you can go. Yeah. Invite only, y'all. We shall never be there, but you know, we can enjoy the outfits from
I'm cool
afar.
on going to the Met Gala.
What? Cut it out. I want to go one time.
I'm cool.
Wait till y'all see me on the. He's gonna make fun of me forever if I ever make
I'm
it there.
good off that. I'm good off
We know that you're good off of it.
that. Good off that. So you mean like,
He's gonna hit the gift shop in Times Square and like try to show up at the Met Gala.
Plus, I'm cheap. Like, I ain't really, like, what type of check I'm gonna write to charity, man? I'm broke myself.
Heard you.
All right, well, now we can talk about the Styles project. So he released this last Friday, SP, the GOAT, Ghost of All Time. 12 tracks, features guest appearances from like Jada and Sheik. They're definitely on it.
Yes.
So this is a follow-up to his 2018 project called Dime Bag.
Time Bag was hard.
What'd you guys think about this project?
I mean, Styles, what's really dope about this is like just to see how long Styles has been doing it at this level. You know, because he doesn't. I don't feel like Styles has to rap. Like he owns like 7 juice bars. You know what I mean? Like for real. But I think that this was a really, really good like look into where Styles is at lyrically. Like that's one thing he always loves to do. He always talks about like sharpening his pen, how I don't give a fuck who could do it, I could still do it. And to see him in his 40s still being able to do it at this level is really dope. My favorite joint off of it is Give and Take and Say Too Much. Also, What's Up Boy featuring Ain't No Man and my man Dizzy Banko.
This shit was just hard. You know, usually I have my critiques when I'm hearing projects in 2019. I'm like, oh, this sounds like you gotta listen to Styles like because he's an OG and a legend. I listen to Styles for Styles. You get me? I wouldn't listen to the Locks for anything but the Locks.
Right.
If they were trying to quote unquote fit in, change up to adjust to the times, I would look at them a little bit weird. So when honestly when I put this shit on, I was just ready to aggressively bang my head, pause, and this thing away.
What? How was that a pause?
I don't know. I just had to, that's like a just in case pause. I don't know.
All right.
But this shit was just hard. You know what I mean? Like I fucking enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it for, again, I might like me and Wayne. We grew up doing different times, but like I'm a fan of the Locks, and what I'm used to, like even Styles giving, like Styles is one of the dopest lyricists. That's exactly what he gave me, some hard hitting music. So
Okay.
the push the line joint, even the beats, aggressive, everything aggressive, bro. I like it.
Okay.
The Locks are my favorite group of all time. They're definitely they're my favorite rap group of all time. And a lot of people always ask me, not Wu-Tang, and the reason why is because like I really learned a lot about being a man listening to the Locks. Seriously.
Interesting. Life lessons from the Locks. All right, so you kind of touched on a fan question already, but so the question is from Donnie 101. Styles P is really rapping at a high level. SB The GOAT dropped, May 3rd. Who's rapping better in their 40s? He had an excellent 2018 as well with multiple fire projects.
Well, not comparing people, but I think like got Pusha T. He's in his 40s. Pusha's in his 40s. Is 2 Chainz 40 yet?
You know, that's what I was thinking. I don't really think about like
Chainz.
rappers who are 40. Yo, it hit me yesterday. I was like, oh damn, Chris Brown 30. Like you don't even be thinking about it like that because a lot of times, most of those rappers, I was just even thinking, I'm like, I thought Styles was like late 30s.
Nah, Styles 41, I think. Yeah, like 41.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really go off age like that with it, but
Well, in hip hop, everything is always the young man's game. But for me, I never get tired of like my legends rapping. Cam is 40 now. Cam is 40. Jim is 40. Yeah.
Shit, you know what's crazy? I think the Game turns 40 this year.
For real?
For real. I ain't tripping on that.
I didn't know Game was that old. I thought Game was like
Game was
still
born
in his 30s.
He's one of those
Nah, he
people
was born
that
in
seems
79, yo.
ageless.
He's born in 79. Oh,
How, you know this off the top of your head?
Bro, the Game was my favorite rap. Like I
Okay.
was literally knew everything about this.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right. He's 39, November 29th is his birthday.
Which that's crazy because like I felt like almost yesterday they were like in their like
20s,
late
they early
20s.
20s. Yeah.
So I don't know, but this map, yo, the age range of what we expect like the young rappers or like the vets to sound like, I think that's expanded, yo, to like 45. Like I would probably notice an age maybe like 45 to 50.
I mean, Jay-Z makes it cool to get old every year.
But Styles is what, 44, you just said? So he's, you know what I mean?
He's 44?
Yeah, age is, what is it? It's like, it's a mental thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because age doesn't deteriorate skill in rap.
People think you like after the age of 30, you're basically dead. It doesn't
Carter
really
can't
make
jump as high
sense,
as
you know
he
what I
used to.
mean? If you stay sharp, you're good.
Right.
Shit, didn't Cube drop it out like a couple years ago? And that shit was hard as fuck. I can't, maybe like 4 years.
You listen to a new Ice Cube album, for real? I'm just
Oh,
asking. I didn't
Nigga
know.
looked at me. I'm telling you, and I don't know how old Cube is, but Cube been around forever.
Cube probably damn near 50.
Exactly. That's
Or
what I'm saying. You know,
50,
it's
I mean, shit, Dr. Dre. I'm still happy when I hear Dr. Dre's voice or his production on something. So, I think that it's only in hip hop where we always say, "Oh, that nigga too old." You know, what I mean? It's only that.
Yeah.
Because rock stars, they able to rock
The older
out
they get, the more you love them.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
All right, so we're going to start appreciating our legends
Absolutely.
more this year and forever, I hope. All right, so shout out to Styles. Everyone really liked this project. We got some more new music. So over the weekend, YG also dropped a new single called Go Loko from his upcoming album. Production from Mustard, features from Tyga and John Z. Rapping over guitar riffs from a mariachi band. And also in the video he released, they're in the full mariachi outfits too, so he's having some fun. And this is a follow-up to Stop Snitching, which I don't think we spoke about. So curious about your thoughts on both. And the album kept getting pushed back. Remember, first he delayed it out of respect for Nipsey. And then I believe it was supposed to drop last week, but got delayed. So according to Karen Civil, we might get that album for real on May 24th.
That's good. I mean, I think he probably pushed it back a little bit because he wanted to let Schoolboy get his shine,
That's
right? Because
true.
I think that when YG drops this time, he wants to just have a clean slate. But Stop Snitching was a hard video. It was like on a plantation, like they did the whole slavery theme shit, and like somebody, like a house nigga telling on people that was trying to get free. But this video, Go Loko, I think it's really dope because just to see a black dude play with like Mexican culture is really ill. And he dropped it the weekend of Cinco de Mayo. Like his timing was definitely right. But It looks like YG is gearing up to drop a good album. Like, I don't think YG has dropped like anything subpar as far as album-wise yet, since he's dropped his first album.
Yeah, I was listening to My Crazy Life again.
That shit is a really good
His
album.
first album, I would argue, could be seen as
A classic.
Classic, let's say, yeah.
Classic.
Absolutely.
I didn't even see this video, but I was fucking with the Stop Snitching joint. That joint, to me, like, YG has this pattern of how he puts out music and how he rolls out an album. It puts out kind of like a street single, you know, kind of like really rallies up his base. You know, whether it was, you know, the album or last album, he put up the Suwoo track, which I love that track, you get me? And then he puts out a little bit more of a commercial. That's when you'll see like maybe a Drake hop on or a Tiger, whatever the case is. And just seeing the collab on this, Tiger John Z, looks like that's the aim here. I mean, at this point, YG a full-on vet in the game. Clearly he didn't want to be overshadowed or people feel like he's capitalizing off like Nipsey's death with like just rolling out an album. Like, because I could see some rappers
People think that for real?
No, well, not of him, but like there are.
I mean, he was like, he had a really good relationship with him.
Yes.
So you know, I think he's still mourning. You know, like they was very close.
But like, I think also while that was happening, people are trying to see like, yo, who's gonna use his death as promo for what you got going on? You get me? Or if you did have a song with him now, you know, that's the promo plan for your album. You get me? And I think he didn't want to make that about himself at all, which that is very honorable. And you know, he'll probably pay respect, but he's coming and releasing his album his own way. So
he's got good momentum coming off his Bochella performance, right? That was also like a big look for him.
Absolutely.
Aubrey, definitely a fan of this, of course. On Instagram, he said he loves the song, the beat, the video, everything. Shouted out Tyga as well.
Oh, this is the joint Aubrey was talking about.
Of course, you knew that.
I didn't see it.
But another song that I think is gonna be a big song this summer, just on some West Coast shit, is Lies with Schoolboy Q. Schoolboy Q is YG and I think Ty Dolla $ign. So I think that's gonna be another joint that they roll out really well, video wise. I mean, if I was TDE, I would make it a single. It's dope.
Okay.
Wayno.
I know, right? All right, Ak, want to take us through some numbers?
Okay, sure. Why not? Yeah. Schoolboy Q. Well, surprising to some people, not really to me. His album debut, number 3, 81,000 units first week, 18,000 actually traditional sales. Nipsey Hussle, once again, was still top 10. He was number 7 with 30,000 units sold. Oh, he was number 10, I'm sorry. He fell from 7 to 10, and he still sold 30,000 this week, which is over a year since his album been on the charts. And Old Town Road, it ain't going nowhere, man. Still number 1. Yo, it was funny because I seen this thing of Lil Nas performing at some like festival, and like people were like, yo, damn, is this the only song he performed? And he quote tweeted him and said, yeah, I performed this, I went to the bank. You feel me? That's it. You don't gotta say nothing when your song is number 1 forever.
How come you don't have the remix on Clout Token, so you just have the original? Do you not like the remix? You said Billy Ray Cyrus had one of the best verses of the year, if I remember.
Wait, no, we gonna have to argue about that.
So why is that not
Billy
on
Ray
Clout
Cyrus
Tokens?
really, he snapped. You know what?
Nigga, the years, it's only 5 months of the year. Like, he's
all right, well, so far as Wayno, goddamn, man. But yeah, Old Town Road is still dominating.
So you are swapping in the remix on your playlist?
At the request of Nadeska.
All right, there you go. Thank you.
At the request of Nadeska, she had to point that out to you. I thought it was the hardest verse, and you don't have it
That's why
up
I'm playing
there.
the card, bro. I'm sorry.
So why is not on Clout Token?
Yeah, I was stunned. I double checked.
I think Wayno's like hating on Billy Ray Cyrus.
I'm hating on you. Okay.
There's a difference. All right, sorry to interrupt. You're done? Numbers? Any more?
Yo, a nigga actually hit me and said, yo, listen, man, Ak, you having too much influence on Wayno. Wayno said there's too much bars in these movies.
You're corrupting him. What a shame. Wayno, stay strong out here, man.
Oh, stop it.
All right, so Young Buck is working on the rollout plan. He has like a new EP coming. So he recently uploaded a new video on YouTube, and 50 Cent, being petty, decided to screw up his rollout plan by filing a copyright infringement claim to have the video removed. Yo, this kind of thing happens to us all the time. I didn't know artists did it to other artists. So he even posted a screenshot of the copyright claim with the caption, check out Buck's new video. I want my money.
This nigga's crazy.
Yo, 50.
Yo, 50 is
oh,
crazy.
man.
Yeah.
So Buck responded on IG by posting like a photo of like a fake Curtis or something. But anyway, remember this stems from like their feud over Young Buck requesting to be let out of his contract with G Unit. This is next level, man.
Yeah, yo, 50. Yo, I don't know, man. All right, so look. Where did this problem start from? Because I know that they problems from the past, but where did this specific problem start from?
We gonna act like we're not gonna talk about it?
What?
So everybody, we all know what happened. 50, the biggest Instagram troll, sees his artist, and people were getting at 50 about this too. His artist, Young Buck, was in some
with the
transgender.
But it started from there, though. I didn't think it started.
I think
from there.
he started joking on him from there. Young Buck, who is very sensitive to the issue, you know, because he hasn't really addressed it. I don't know what it is with him and that situation. I don't know the truth. I just wish everyone could live their truth. But, he felt a little, kind of a way.
So that's why he wanted out of the contract.
He started poking fun at 50, and then he started talking about music, and you can't poke fun at your boss. If your boss jokes on you, you can only joke back on him to a certain limit till he says, all right, nigga, you ain't getting paid. And it's not funny no more. And that's exactly what's happening. And of course, if you know anything about the relationship with 50 and Young Buck, and that's a very storied relationship, from recorded phone calls, crying on the phone, to give me, I lent you $400,000 to clear your tax debt. Yeah, if you owe me money, and 50, who just went viral for collecting money from someone who called him Fufty, you get me? Yeah. I'm about to collect from you now since you want to joke on me. You want to joke on me back?
Well, the thing is,
the jokes only go one way with 50. You better not owe him shit.
Well, the thing is like he's still, that's the fucked up thing, because people don't believe that, well, I ain't gonna say believe, G-Unit is not the name it once was, but he still signed to G-Unit. So it's like, this is a lesson to artists, right? When you sign to somebody, understand that you cannot just do what you want to do when you want to do it. And I don't think 50 is ever going to let him out of his contract. What's fucked up is Buck, he put out two, like, really, really good albums. Like, his first album, Straight Outta Cashville, and Buck the World, after that. Like, he put out two really good albums, and after he's just declined crazy after that. I don't think he's really gonna have a music career.
So what is he supposed to do now? Just hit 50 and apologize for the joke so he can get his video back up?
How many times has he done that though? I don't think that's gonna change.
Man.
I think this point it's a little bit gone too far, because unfortunately,
You think it's going too far?
50, people like, I was really watching it. People were getting at 50 like, damn, so that's how the gangster unit niggas is getting out because of the Young Buck story.
Yeah.
I think 50, like, some of the shit he's doing with Buck, of course they have their relationship and the jokes or whatever, but he want to separate himself like, I ain't with that. And again, you can call it whatever you want. That's how 50 moves. Like,
So
50 always
you
go one way.
You think it's too far though? That
It's
50,
too far. I don't think 50 is not gonna embrace him at this point.
No, I mean, you think that 50 is going too far?
50 is like, he's been petty like this.
Right.
Like, he does his, Wendy Williams was going through a tough time.
He going through Thierry Marie on 30,000.
He don't care.
So you're saying, but there's a difference, gone too far and like a history of being petty. Do you still think he's going too far?
Nah.
Like, you take your video
Nah, because if a nigga owe me money like that, I'll do
you would
some
do
shit.
this
But you said that you don't like bullies, right? So do you think that he's bullying Young Buck at this point? Because he's not, all right, now, the music shit or whatever, that now is one thing where he was poking fun at him and all of that, but now he's kind of taking away a position for him to have livelihood. And that's something that you don't play with, right?
All
So
right.
do you think he's bullying him? I want to know this.
Wayno's trying to see if I'm gonna keep the same energy. He's not bullying him until Young Buck got to pay that man off. When somebody when you owe somebody money,
if he can't make the money, like put out
I don't
music
care how
to make the money,
you
how
better
what is
get
he
somebody
supposed
buy
to
out
do?
your contract, something like.
Oh, man.
Again, that's I hate owing people money, and that's the thing about in the record business. Like, when you take that check and you hear all these rappers flaunting that advance money, this and third.
Yeah, they don't want to pay nobody.
You are now in a contract where you're obligated, and someone else, they either own your music or the rights to your music, but you owe that person.
Right.
And when that person wants to be petty, and I've always said it, when like artists like on Atlantic or whatever, and they're washed up and then they're mad like, Atlantic gonna do this. There used to be a history rap. I can name 5 of them right now, but I won't call them out. They would just call out Atlantic. I'm like, Y'all lucky Atlantic is a big brand, a big corporation who doesn't take things personally, or maybe they do, is probably the nigga who signed you and a couple guys who ain't gonna do nothing because they're thinking about the greater good of the company. If they wanted to be petty with their whole career, they could.
All right.
They could take your shit down. They could start fucking with you. They're not gonna do it. 50 years. So until Buck pays him back all the money that he owes him, I can't feel too bad.
All right, so
for him.
Wayno, if Young Buck does not have this money to pay 50 back, because at this point he probably would have paid him just to get out of the situation, he's not gonna go get a part-time job, I'm sure, to pay him off. You can't release music. What do? Just try to get some solo shows? Like, what do you do to make money in that situation? Start acting. So he does have to get a part-time job.
He got to do something. I mean, the thing is this, right? When people sign shit, you sign an agreement, right? You sign an agreement, and that agreement states that, like, I'm agreeing that whatever I do, you're gonna be a part of, right? Now, for some odd reason, rappers always tend to fucking forget that they signed an agreement, and they start personalizing the money. It's not personal, it's business. So I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not like it's fucked up that Buck can't put out music because I was a fan of Buck growing up, but at the same time, if you owe that man, then pay him.
All right.
Listen,
like, if you owe him, pay him.
Young Buck is stuck between a rock and a hard place, all pun intended. And I really wish like all this, like there's a lot of like rumors and stuff going around. I wish he handled it better, that people could just support him. Because I think he's just trying to ignore it. Then you have 50 bullying him and like he can't really do anything. He would gain the support, not of everybody, but you're not gonna get everybody to support every decision or every whatever truth about you. Just be transparent, be honest, and I'm telling you, people will rock with him because, again, after a point, what 50's doing is going to turn to bullying if it's not already. But you're not going to have nobody supporting you if people are seeing like you're just trying to live through a lie and just act like nothing is happening. You get me? I wish you would address it. I've liked Young Buck's music from all the way back in, like, when he signed, like, it was like 2000, right before Game Around.
2002, 2003.
He was there
A
before.
lifetime ago. That's crazy.
2003, because his first album came out with 2004. He dropped and Banks dropped the same year.
Straight out of Cashville.
Straight out of Cashville,
Yo,
yeah.
hopefully they figure it out and he could at least put his video back up on YouTube.
Live your truth, bro.
Live is true. Yo, what you all right, come on here.
Did y'all hear the voice recordings? The
Yeah, I heard the voice recording. I heard with the phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little messy. It's definitely a little messy.
Family business. They got to work this one out. So yesterday we were talking about Joyner Lucas' new single called Devil's Work. And in the video and in the song, he wants to trade some lives, like people he thinks like life is wasted on them. And one of them was like conservative political commentator Tomi Lahren. So she really had an issue with this. So he shared yesterday like a DM from her where she said, although I don't appreciate you depicting and calling for my death in your latest music video, I would like to sit down and talk with you on or off camera. Maybe we can find some common ground. So Joyner reposted this saying, look, I wonder how this conversation is going to go, with another shrugging emoji. Do you guys think there's any point in him sitting down with this? Should he even have to discuss or explain his art?
Oh, now she want to talk to people. Now you want to fucking talk to people. When you talking shit about people all day, you're not reaching out to nobody. When somebody wants to talk to you, you're not having that same energy. I mean, if I was Joyner, I would talk to her.
You would?
I would, because I would, for one, it's going to be not just a look for him.
And would you do it on camera for sure?
I would do it on camera because I feel like Joyner is a person who has something to say. I feel like he's a person that has something to say. When you look at all of his videos and the context of his music, from him making a song like I'm Not Racist to making a song and video like this with Devil's Work, I think that he has something to say, and it would give him a platform so that he could speak and be heard in a way he's never been heard before. Now, I don't know how it would go, being that if she does it, what channel is she on, Fox?
Yeah, she's like a Fox contributor.
Yeah, I don't know like how it would go, him being on there, if they try to flip it or bounce it a certain way, but I definitely do believe that he should go talk to her.
Okay.
Not that he has to,
but that
I
it can
think
be
that
productive conversation.
He can take that, like he can. You know how people say turn your lemons into lemonade? I say turn shit to sugar and pour it in your lemonade. So I think that you need to take. Yeah, I just came up with it like 2 weeks ago. But
2 minutes ago, nigga.
But seriously, I think that, you know, this is a situation that has, like, for a certain type of community, has people looking at Joyner a certain way. And if he could go up there and articulate himself well, why not?
Okay. Ak, you agree?
I don't think you even make that type of record and name drop her if you're then ready to have a conversation. And secondly, I'm really just sick of hip hop niggas in general, man. Like, y'all know, y'all gave this chick all the power. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Tomi Lahren was a fresh out of college or wherever she came from, journalism school, who cares, wherever. And she was on this online news station. I think it was ran by, I can't remember the guy's name, but she really got her come up through Facebook. And I'm really documenting her come up because she's using the same shtick to still climb her way to the top, and black people never realize when they're getting used. She's a conservative, like pundit. She talks about all the shit. She loves Trump. It's all good. No traction. Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's doing it. There's people doing it better on Fox. The moment she mentioned Beyonce, people went wild. What she say? Nobody even knew about her. Let's go listen to her. Because unfortunately, like, I want to just say, just like African Americans, like the easiest way to trick somebody into like listening to you is just saying something that rile them up. So now we're aware of her platform. Even if you fucking dislike her, you couldn't even watch her without being subscribed for like $9.99. Shit, I remember I wanted to see some shit she said because everybody was mad. I had to use it one day, like it cost $1. I subscribed for a day just to watch the full segment. For real, you couldn't find it on YouTube, but everybody was mad. So I watched that. She gets off of there. She's now finally at the home place of the conservatives. She's at Fox. And she needs to keep stirring up the needle that she could keep rising. And by the way, she's one of the youngest that's rising as fast as she is. So you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna keep engaging with the community that she pisses off so much. Because you know what? When she pisses you off, you're gonna show up and listen to what she gotta say. And
so on a business level, she pretty has it
she's
down
finessing
pat.
it.
And so if Joyner does this, he's falling into that, giving her more promo.
And so I look at it, I'm like, I hear what you're saying with the platform. Listen, Trump is basically saying, I'm going to Fox News to explain to them why they shouldn't like Trump. Nigga, get the hell on out of here. You know they gonna fuck with Trump.
But not just Trump. Well, with him.
Her platform, or the people who really subscribe to her platform, ain't listening to Joyner.
Of course
they're not.
Of course
if anything, they're gonna look at it as, all right, this is another proof of what she's saying, and you're gonna go on her, like, she's either gonna set you up,
the minds are made up already. All right, so look, my thing is like, with all that being said, what I would like to see more, and they don't do it because they don't have to, but we always do go to their platforms. I like to see some of them come to our platforms more to have discussions, because that's how they're able to control or puppet master the whole shit, because you come into their world.
Right.
But I would like to see a conversation.
So now it's just debating where, so do you agree with them? If this conversation happened, I don't know what the platform, just everyday struggle, that would never happen. We would never have her up here. Like her and Joyner came up here. Would that be different than him going to Fox News, or you still think it's falling into just promo for her?
Yo, honestly, a chick like that, I'm gonna tell you the truth, you can't even give her the chance. You can't, like, again, I love encouraging conversation. And with other people who are conservative, I would love to encourage that conversation among both sides. Not her. Because, again, this is not someone that this hasn't been tried with. Shit, Charlamagne the God. He became at least cordial with her, trying to encourage that conversation, and then she went and said even more blatant, over the top, spewing the same kind of hate-filled rhetoric. Where so it seems that no matter what happened, she's still gonna remain her. Again, I wouldn't even give it a chance at this point.
She's a Black Widow spider then.
You feel me? She sees this as a viral moment. I ain't giving her the chance. Again, Tomi Lahren, if you watch her, and I see her from time to time, and every time when it pops up, she's engaging in an inciting manner with someone who we look to have the community interests at heart. She's beefing Wale every 2 days on Twitter. This is facts.
Yeah.
Like, she wants the attention. She's not beefing with like other like people on the left that are not in the urban community. She's only going at rappers. I think as a community, as in hip hop, we gotta ignore this motherfucker.
I'm curious if all like the viewers feel the same way. I made the mistake of hopping in his comment section when he posted this and said, "Can you just unsubscribe?" Because I sort of share your opinion that she's just like pandering here. And they started, I don't care about her. Of course, like I don't know where the conservatives are in his comments now. They started blowing me up, and this is the problem. You guys don't even want to have a conversation. So I don't know. For our viewers, I assume a lot of you are not conservative because you are rap fans. I'm curious if you like what your thoughts are on this. Like, are you with Wayno that the discussion could be be productive, or with Act that like it's a waste of time because she's just trying to
well,
use
not
us
necessarily.
culturally?
My thing is I don't know if it's going to be productive. I just want him to get his shine out of it and state whatever claim he can. That's gonna. Sometimes when we get these platforms, like Ak is saying, he goes up there. Everybody in that room's mind is made up before he walks in, right? If there's a moment where he gets to share something or speak or say something or share something that could be meaningful to our community, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
But I do understand what Ak is saying.
Yeah, no, good points I think by both of you. So, but a quick thought, let's wrap it up because we're running a long time.
Yeah, and also like, you know, I don't think Jordan would be on this type of shit. Like, I also don't want another like Cameron O'Reilly moment to happen because even though that was epic and classic for
You know
hip hop, like that was proving O'Reilly's point. It was like, yo, these niggas is uneducated. There's some thugs and gangsters who are uncivilized. Look, I'm gonna bring them up here, and all they gonna do is act immature and childish. You get me? Again, it's hard to talk to an audience, and I love conversation between conservatives and people on the left, but this chick, nah, man.
Okay.
Don't fall for the bait, please.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So we have a fan question about just Joyner separately. So this says, every time Joyner Lucas drops a track, the entire internet talks about it due to the content and Joyner's lyrical ability. But why isn't he brought up when we talk about the Kendricks and Coles? What does Joyner need to get to their level of success? Those people, they have like a decade behind them already. It's like catalogs and stuff like that. But maybe just you understand what they're trying to ask, I guess.
Very
like
simple. Hit records. Like no, I'm serious. Now the thing about it is like even when you're a lyrical, if you look at every single lyrical rapper, no matter how lyrical they were, that are legends, they have hit records. And I'm not saying that Joyner, and I'm talking about hit records in different spaces. Now I feel like
albums too.
And albums as well. Like I feel like every time like Joyner drops something, he does shake everything up. But when you think about him in terms of an album, there's not like one project that everybody points to. I know his fan base is gonna be like, Wayno, you never heard this or you never listened to that. But I'm talking about like critically acclaimed where everybody is
and he's still working up to that.
Yeah, he's still working up to that.
He's taking his time with it.
He's very early. I mean, I think Joyner, isn't he about 30 now?
I'm not sure.
But he's working. Yeah, but I mean he's working towards that. I don't think everybody's race is run the same way. So I don't doubt that he'll get there, but you got to let him work towards it.
I agree with everything you said. Also, I want to add to it. I do believe, and this is for even upcoming artists, I think because the Coles and the Kendrick, because he's not in a class, that hurts him. Like the fact that he's not in a class of his peers where you could kind of judge their success or how they're like progressing. Because even though, you know, he might be a little bit older than, I won't call him, he's definitely not a new rapper, but like.
We're judging class here not by age, just by the people you came up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Because by age then, if he's 30, that would put him close to like the Seans and the Coles.
But like,
maybe that's why
recently people were even talking about, like last year we were talking about him on Double XL.
Yeah,
you know why? Because they were finding out about him. Right? And if he was among a class of people that kind of, like when Kendrick was among his class, and I think that would help him. But because he's isolated in like, yo, he's really good lyrically, and again, of course, he doesn't have hits, he doesn't have thirds, or he doesn't have hits like that, and a project that's like, that's the shit, that's what really hurts him.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that's why I think that, you know, I mean, the perception of the Double XL freshman has changed a lot, but that's why I always felt like it was important. Because when you look back and you look at just the 2010 class, you got Wiz on there, Big Sean, J-Rock, Nipsey, OJ the Juice Man, Pill, Donis. It was so many people that was on there. When you look as time goes on, you compare it to the class. He doesn't have like a space where you say, oh, well, he was around these dudes, so you can't really pinpoint him in time on where he started or where he's at with it. So I think, you know, the Double XL shit does matter in that extent, like because that's the only gauge where we always look back and say, damn, what are they doing? Because Kendrick was French. I think, was French on that? No, French was on that. Meek was on that one. Fucking Lil B was on that one.
Yeah, and actually, I think it's even bigger than just a Double XL list. Like, you heard Kendrick on Control. Like, he named the peers. That's his peers.
Right.
That's his peers. Like, even whether or not they were on the same, like, cover, that's his peers. Like, you know who's going to run into similarly the same issue a bit? I think Corday's going to run into the same issue where people just kind of look at you like, yeah, you're doing your thing and you're holding it down, but, like, it's dope when you're associated to a bunch of other people whose career is similar and you guys are kind of growing together. Trust me.
That's very
because
interesting.
otherwise people just kind of look at you like, oh yeah, that's that dude. He lyrically, he cool.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna give you.
But still, at the end of the day, if he ended up accumulating those hits and some amazing albums, that sort of fades away a bit, right? That doesn't like actually hold you back in your career.
I think another thing that's gonna ultimately help Corday, since we bringing him up, like that's gonna help him a lot, is because he's still very young. I think he's only 21 years old, and he's respected by all the greats. Like I seen Pusha say that he's his favorite rapper. I seen him in the studio with Dr. Dre. I seen like everybody come to bat for him. I think that like he's like mentally he's probably gotten over the pressure thing because he hasn't dropped his project yet. But by the time he does drop his project, he has a nice way to bridge the gap between the young kids who really love like lyrical ability and the older dudes that don't really understand a lot of the young kids shit because he's in between. Like he's really in between. So I think
He's gonna be another middle child.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
All right, so real quick, just an update on last week's story. We were talking about that video of like Offset slapping the phone out of a teen's hand. I'm not going to say fan because of where this has ended up. So now, according to the Atlanta General Constitution, authorities in Georgia have actually issued an arrest warrant for Offset. They're basically saying this is a felony because the cost of the phone was at least $800, which like is above the $500 limit to qualify as criminal damage to the property in the state of Georgia. So Offset's lawyer is telling TMZ that the warrant should be dismissed because it is disgraceful. He said the teen also waited 4 days to file the report and there's no like evidence or investigation proving that he was actually the one who caused the cracks. I don't think we thought it would get to arrest warrant status, but what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't have hit the phone, but it's just a messed up situation all around. I think that after they left and his parents seen it, they was like, oh, let's sue him. Let's see what we can get.
I wish they could have mediated this with the help of the lawyer, just taking care of it, pay for the phone just so it doesn't get to this.
Nah, but this is why it's so bad being in 2019 and like everyone just sees this kid, he don't want his phone paid for. He want like 30 grand. That's facts.
Right.
Like again, he probably only filed a police report because he realized that's the only way to get to it. Now, of course, it's now a felony, and just like the kid with that 6ix9ine was in Houston, said 6ix9ine choked him. Really, he's a fan. The same kid in this situation, just like the one in the 6ix9ine situation, said, "Oh, I like him." So you press a police, you did a police report that now they're gonna get arrested. It's gonna be a court case, and now watch, you're gonna show up in court. After
with a cast on your arm.
Yeah, no. After Offset gives you like 20, 30 grand, you're going to show up and be like, oh, now he didn't do anything. But of course, the state is going to already keep pressing because like they already have the evidence and they have a statement from you.
Right.
So, you put him in a tough position. Also, people like Offset, Offset has had some troubles with the law.
In his past,
so if he is on probation or some shit, that could trigger some other shit for him.
Right.
So again, I dislike that I saw the comment from the kid saying, oh, I love him. Like, I still like Offset after this. No,
That's
you're about to give him a legal
saying a fan
nightmare.
is a stretch now.
And really, you just wanted 20 grand, and it's probably your parents that told you, like, oh, word?
Yeah.
Let's get to the money.
Right.
We talk a lot about rappers having foresight when it comes to signing big deals. Sometimes you just take a lot of money up front and it's not good for you in the long term. We see the fallout a lot of times. So during a recent interview with Bootleg Kevin, DJ Head, so TPain revealed that he turned down a $900,000 signing bonus from Interscope when he was 18 years old and chose to sign with Akon instead for $20,000. Let's take a look.
Akon was signed to Interscope Records. Right. And Interscope Records offered me a $900,000 signing bonus.
Which is crazy.
As a 18-year-old.
What?
That sounds crazy. I went to Akon and Akon said, bro, I got 20 grand and a career. I can guarantee I'll give you 20 grand. I know it's not a lot of money, but I guarantee you're gonna have a career and not just a song.
20 grand and a career is pretty amazing.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a very big life lesson for like a lot of these kids now because today your value is judged upon your Instagram followers, how many views you have on your videos and songs, etc. And when you walk in, you walk in these rooms thinking that you have the advantage when you tell these labels, yo, I want $1 million deal. All right, you want $1 million deal? We'll give you the $1 million, but on the back end, your terms is gonna be fucked, and you're probably not gonna get out of that deal for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So I think that when you're looking at this, like you said, foresight, that's the biggest thing. Like, he looked on a further path down his career as opposed to just taking that 900 right now. Because I could show you way more people that took tons of money and they shit never came out, as opposed to people who took less money and had careers.
Right.
Yeah, again, usually all of these advances, whether it's a fucking signing bonus, whether it's definitely if it's like an advance for recording or anything else, your contract is recoupable. So just alone, it's gonna be the money that you earn anyway. Usually you wanna be the less in debt as possible. But of course, I understand people who come from an impoverished environment and your family in a situation, you want to get that situated. But that's a lot of bravery on the part of TPain. I see a lot of artists who are just signing for the check, and that it sounds good. Yo, I signed a $2 million deal. Like, look at Lil Xan. Like, Lil Xan signed, what was it, Colombia? Like, from what I heard about all that situation, Colombia was just throwing out wild bags because they trying to compete, like in the space of having new rappers.
Right.
Lil Xan had one song at that point, Betrayed or whatever. What's that song? Yeah, I believe that is. And he got a big deal offer from them. And then a year later, he's singing like, I shouldn't have signed that shit. Like, damn, they got me doing all type of shit. I don't really fuck with this shit because who knows? Sometimes when you sign to a situation for that amount of money, whatever their vision is, shit, fuck what your time is. They gotta keep going. You know, he's had some also like personal issues. They probably don't give two fucks about that. We gotta get the money back.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, we ain't giving this money for you to go to rehab, bro. Like, you gotta do some shit. They've done fake relationships, all type of shit. But yeah, something gotta give when you get like $2.5 million reportedly. You're gonna do fake relationships because that 20,000 first week numbers ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing about deals when you go to sign them, just look at your terms. The numbers never matter. Like, it doesn't matter. And that's why I always tell people, like, when it comes to money, if you disrespect money, it's gonna disrespect you. Because if you treat $1,000 recklessly, like if you have $1,000 and you buying all types of shit that you can't afford, what you think you're gonna do with 100,000? What you think you're gonna do with $1 million or 100 million? You're gonna do the same shit. So the number is not what matters. What matters is the terms. So the whole thing about the terms is, okay, I'm gonna front you this bread. We're gonna do a deal. How do we get it back? And if your terms ain't right, you're gonna be fucked.
And you know what? I blame the old rappers, old niggas. You know, they be blaming the young niggas for a lot of stuff. I blame them for not really educating the newer rappers and people. Again, you know, we always say nobody really teach the business.
You also have to be receptive to it too.
But I think it's that stigma about getting that back.
But at the same time, though, you also got to look at it's almost like, all right, my mother never taught me anything about credit, and neither did my father, because they never learned shit about credit. So a lot of these guys who signed deals, they didn't know what they were signing either. They were the same young kids. These niggas is just finding out what they were signed to at 40 years old, and they've been in the deal since they was 27. So it's like, we can't, I wouldn't say just blame them, but the thing about it is that there's a lot of lack of education and people being resourceful when it comes to educating the youth on music business. Now, we tell them chase the bag, get the money all day, but we're not educating them on the business, and that's why we keep having these fucked up situations. The reason why TPain probably signed this deal is because Akon was signed at the time to Interscope, but he was an example. He sold 5,000 records the first week. He went on to sell like 5 million a diamond. So he was the example of grind. If Akon wasn't successful, I'm pretty sure TPain wouldn't have signed that deal.
Right. I think
but he had a reason to believe.
In an ideal world, you know, older rappers would sit down and do the one-on-one education. But I think we see enough examples of it publicly that if you're just paying attention, you could be like aware enough to know that you need to do a little bit more research and pay attention.
Well, the only reason why I point the finger at the older rappers, because I feel like they definitely point the finger at the new rappers when they repeat the same mistakes, and that is the same mistake. The last thing I'll say is, the greatest example of this is Uzi. I remember when Richard Kidd said to Uzi, yo, you could have came and signed over here and be your own boss. And Uzi was like, nigga, what? Signed for 20,000? And people just think that like you're gonna make music and all you're getting is 20,000. 20,000 was your fucking loan, relax. You're gonna still make money if you get a hit. People didn't understand that and they were clowning Richard Kidd. Fast forward a year later, you're hearing that Uzi is in the worst deal, or that's what he was saying.
Allegedly, reportedly.
You get me?
Right.
So now you're in the worst deal. Should've took the 20K, man.
All right, there
Rich
you
forever
go.
way.
Some life lessons from the legend TPain. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you here tomorrow on Everyday Struggle.
Peace.